Welcome to the Story Lab. I hope you enjoy this story. Let's begin. Hey Jace, over here. Aiden's voice boomed across the crowded restaurant. I waved at my best friend, a grin spreading across my face. Beside him sat Vivian, my beautiful wife, her warm eyes crinkling at the corners as she smiled back at me. "There's my lovely husband," she said, rising to give me a peck on the cheek. "We were just discussing business ideas. More like crazy get-rich-quick schemes," Aiden laughed, pulling me into a bear hug. "But you know us entrepreneurs never stop dreaming big." We fell into our usual easy banter, the conversation flowing seamlessly between professional goals and personal anecdotes. These were the moments I cherished most, surrounded by my closest friends, my ambitious wife hard at work on her latest fashion venture. San Francisco hummed with opportunity, and we were determined to seize it. Later that night, I caught Vivian on a heated phone call, her voice low but laced with an unmistakable tenderness. "Yes, of course. You know I hate having sex with my husband after sleeping with his best friend." The words hit me like a sucker punch to the gut. I froze, my heart pounding in my ears as realization washed over me in sickening waves. Vivian and Aiden, my own wife and my trusted confidant, betraying me in the most deplorable way? I couldn't breathe, couldn't think. Every laugh we'd shared, every embrace suddenly felt like a cruel deception. Somehow, I maintained my composure, not daring to alert them to the truth I'd just uncovered. I had to unravel this further before confronting them. With Vivian asleep, I tiptoed to her nightstand and snatched up her phone, my hands trembling. Sure enough, there they were, dozens of incriminating photos and messages that left no doubt as to the sordid affair between her and Aiden. I fought back the urge to vomit, continuing my grim investigation on her laptop. Email after email detailed their scheme to drain my company's funds and seize control of my assets. All this time, they'd been lining their pockets behind my back, ready to leave me penniless while indulging their twisted desires. White-hot rage seared through my veins, but I forced it down, focusing on gathering evidence. I made copies of every last damning file, resolving to make them pay dearly for their betrayal. They would soon learn the catastrophic mistake they'd made in underestimating me. "Thanks for meeting me, Trev." I gripped my old friend's hand firmly. I wouldn't have called if it wasn't serious. Trevor Hall's bushy eyebrows knitted with concern. "You know I'm here for you, man. What's going on?" With a leaden heart, I slid the folder of evidence across the table. "See for yourself." Trevor's jaw went slack as he flipped through the incriminating photos and emails. "Jason, I don't know what to say. Vivian and Aiden, your own wife and best friend, conspiring to drain my business dry, no less." The betrayal left a bitter taste in my mouth. "I want to burn her startup to the ground, Trev. She doesn't deserve a dime after this." Trevor's shoulders sagged, but his voice was resolute. "You know I've got a fortune invested in her fashion line. But after seeing this..." He shook his head. "Consider my funding revoked. That deceitful witch won't see another cent from me." Relief washed over me. "I can't thank you enough. She'll get what's coming to her." Propping open my laptop, I typed out a scathing post about Vivian's failed startup, its financing drying up amidst allegations of mismanagement. A couple clicks sent it hurtling across social media. It didn't take long for the vultures to start circling, sowing ever more damaging whispers. "I heard her lead investor bailed due to shady business practices." Yeah, total nightmare from what I've heard. The company is basically bankrupt at this point. Day by day, the rumors intensified until Vivian stormed into my office, eyes blazing. "Why is everyone saying my business is circling the drain? What's going on, Jason? Sounds to me like you've got bigger issues than a little gossip, sweetheart. But you have to help me." Desperation cracked her voice. "This was my dream. I don't have time for this bullshit, so don't disturb me when I'm working." I gave a mirthless chuckle. "Good luck with that dumpster fire of a company." She stormed out of the office with tears in her eyes. Through my tech resources, I infiltrated Aiden's agency systems and planted a trail of fake communication endorsing unethical business practices. The seeds of his destruction took root quickly. One incriminating leak was all it took to ignite the firestorm. a supposedly private email exchange detailing aggressive lobbying tactics for an opioid manufacturer. The backlash hit like a tsunami as clients and partners severed ties in droves. How could you be so reckless, Aiden? I recognized Jessica's shrill voice over the phone. This scandal has tanked your entire agency. Babe, you've got to believe me. I never signed off on any of this. Aiden's panicked pleas did little good. Save it. After this, we're through. The call ended, and a barrage of text from Aiden's number bombarded my phone. Come on, man. Talk to me. What the hell is happening? You've taken this too far, Jason. Call me back. I simply muted the notifications, a grim smile playing at my lips. Let him suffer, clawing for an explanation he would never receive from me. Just like that, Aiden's and Vivian's worlds crumbled to ash around them. Karmic justice, delivered by my own hand. The grand ballroom buzzed with energy as Inoteca's elite partners and investors mingled over champagne and hors d'oeuvres. I smiled tightly at the familiar faces, dreading what was to come. Ladies and gentlemen, I called out, tapping my glass. The room fell silent as all eyes turned to me. Thank you for being here to celebrate another phenomenal year. But before we begin, I'd like to take a moment to discuss a value core to our company's ethics, loyalty. I paused, letting the weight of the word hang in the air. True loyalty is a sacred bond, one that should never be violated, no matter the circumstances. Sadly, that very bond was shattered by those closest to me. Clearing my throat, I gestured to the massive screen behind me. What you're about to see contains explicit content, but the truth, no matter how ugly, deserves to be brought into the light. A hush blanketed the crowd as lurid photos and videos from Vivian's phone began playing, irrefutable proof of her affair with Aiden. Gasps and mutters ricocheted across the room. Oh my God, that's Jason's wife. With Aiden Brooks? His supposed best friend? I held up a hand for silence. As you can see, my beloved wife and trusted confidant engaged in a sordid affair behind my back. But their betrayal didn't end there. Email transcripts appeared next, detailing their plot to drain my business finances. They aimed to leave me destitute, abusing my love to seize what isn't theirs. Well, I don't take kindly to snakes in my midst. I locked eyes with Vivian's pale, stricken face. The reckoning has arrived. Jason, please. Vivian rushed toward me, mascara streaking her cheeks. I never meant to hurt you like this. You have to forgive me. A bitter laugh burst from my lips. Did you think of forgiveness when you were screwing my best friend? When you tried to rob me blind? Aiden stepped forward, hands raised. Jace, man, just take a breath and think about this. My fist lashed out, catching him square in the jaw and dropping him like a sack of bricks. Don't you dare speak to me, you disloyal piece of trash. A feminine shriek split the air as Jessica, Aiden's wife, came barreling toward us. You unforgivable bastard. She punctuated each word with a stinging slap across Aiden's face. Jess, wait. But her mind was made up. I want a divorce, you cheating, lying scumbag. Don't try to contact me ever again. Vivian grasped my sleeve, eyes glistening. What about us, Jason? After all we've been through? Wordlessly, I pulled out the manila envelope with the divorce papers and let them flutter to the ground at her feet. Her entire body crumpled as the weight of her actions finally crushed her. I felt no pity, only a grim satisfaction. Both of you, I snarled at the broken fools before me, get out of my life, for good. The weeks flew by in a whirlwind of legal proceedings and media frenzies. Vivian's fashion line went belly up without funding, her dreams turning to ash. Aiden's agency shut down for good after the scandals, his divorce only adding insult to injury. I watched the chaos unfold with a strange sense of calm, secure in the knowledge that I'd emerged victorious from their twisted power play. Thanks to an ironclad prenup and some legislative loopholes, my wealth remained intact and untouchable. My friends and family, those truly loyal to me, rallied around my side, offering welcome distractions. With their support, I grew stronger, more driven to rebuild and continue Inoteca's success. One evening, I wandered through my empty home, relishing the silence after the deafening storms. Yes, The betrayals had ravaged me, left me shaken to my core. But I stood tall, unbroken, emboldened by the knowledge that traitors never prosper. Those loveless snakes had dared to make a fool of me, their supposed loved one, consumed by their own insatiable greed and lust. Well, the depraved reaped what they'd sown. I was the one left standing, wiser and more uncompromising in my integrity. The future shone brilliantly, unblemished by any agonizing remnants of the past. The reckoning had passed, and I reigned victorious. This is where our story comes to an end. Share your thoughts in the comments section. Thanks for your precious time. If you enjoyed this story, then please make sure you subscribe to this channel. That would help me a lot. Click on the video you see on the screen, and I will see you there.